Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. The church is in woeful condition. Anyone who denies this either likely votes Democrat, is dead, or both. Normally, we'd be extremely cautious about making a distinction between the church and the faith, but in this case, meaning what has arisen from the current chaos, a special treatment of this is somewhat necessary. The church is the vehicle for the faith. It brings us the physical truths of the faith, the sacraments, as well as the intellectual life of the faith, the teachings. Likewise, theology, which plumbs the depth and mysteries of those teachings, is also transmitted via the church. Mind you, we are speaking here of the church in the singular dynamic of its human composition. Its divine and mystical dynamic, that which makes it the indefectible bride of Christ, is not what we're speaking of in this episode. When certain individuals, be they leaders or influential lay people, those who possess some authority or influence in the church, go off the tracks, that does not mean the faith is wrong. It does mean those individuals are wrong, but not the faith. The faith is that spiritual reality which informs your soul, your spirit, the intellect, the will, and the memory. Those are the spiritual faculties we each possess, and those are what the faith operates on, works on. The faith has the ability to seize hold of a person, illuminate their mind, properly order their will, transform them into a saint. Normally, it's the church which is the vehicle for the transmission of the faith, again, meaning the human dynamic aspect of the church. But as we've seen time and again, individual members of the church have abused their authority to betray the faith. Don't let them take you in, trample your faith, make a shipwreck of it. Errant individuals in the church can be ignored insofar as they preach or instruct something contrary to the faith. Their job is to transmit the faith, not deform it. However, given the current state of affairs, many Catholics have conflated leaders in the church with either the church herself or even the faith. Bad move, mortal mistake. Don't ever leave Jesus for Judas. Don't jump off the bark, the ship of St. Peter, just because the seas are rough and you run into a drunken sailor or even the captain. The ship does not belong to them. They have just temporary custody. One day, remember, those individuals will not have custody any longer. And this is the chief reason we must all stay on the ship, stay on board, and tough out the storm, and fight, and be men, and never abandon ship. This is the theme of this year's Strength and Honor Retreat and Conference, our annual gathering for men we hold each year here in Detroit, the first weekend of August, and this year, that's August 4th through the 6th. So we're highlighting this for you so you can plan ahead and register now. Joining us will be the world-famous Jesse Romero, kickboxer, Catholic extraordinaire, as well as a first-time special panel we are hosting that we call our Catholic Young Guns. That's a panel consisting of our own Joe Enders, there he is looking very stately and all of that, host of our hit show Red Top Report, and Trey Brock, a two-time All-American wide receiver from Hillsdale College, and special guest John Doyle, a standing threat to all things left, communist, and woke. Also on stage will be our own no apologies in your face Simon Rafe, and of course little gentle meek me, never really have much to say. We'll have Mass at a local historic church, confession, rosary, and of course, great talks and plenty of food, because, you know, we're guys. Another feature of these events is the coming together and bonding that happens between men who look to the perfect man, Christ, as their model, especially as he is found in his holy Catholic Church. Many new friendships are forged at these, as well as old ones that are renewed and rekindled. It's a great time for all involved, and this year we're at a nice, air-conditioned banquet center. For those of you who might remember the sweltering heat under the tents here on the property last time. We had about 250 or so last time around, so let's shatter that record this time. Faith, friends, food, perfect. And a special note for fathers, if you have young sons, young men, bring them. The Catholic Young Guns panel will give them plenty to think about. So please, click the link below and sign up now. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.